We will call the meeting, Inland Wetlands Commission for the town of Farmington, October 1st, 2025. I'll call the meeting to order and I will ask Bruce to call the roll, please.
All right. Ned Statcham,
Here, here,
Robert Eisner,
here.
David Fox,
Here.
Neil, Andrea Simons,
Present.
Mark Simpson,
Here.
and Alina Carveth.
Here.
All right, Chair.
Okay, so we will sit Elena in for, I guess, Rich Burlandy.
Yep.
And first item on the agenda, 10 Ridgeview Drive. Is the applicant here?
Yes. Here.
Oh, there he is. There's Ryan. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me load this up for the next one. All right. What do you want to start with want to start with the photos? Just give a quick little overview again.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So quick overview. We want to decommission and fill in this pool here. The only access is going to be on the left side of the property right here. And so we figure dump trucks would come in back in right on this part of the driveway here. Most likely drop the load right between the garage and allow a bobcat or so to move the fill in. Actual demolition of the pool will be a small mini excavator with a jackhammer attachment. We'll fracture the base of the pool and we will pull down it's typically 24 inches of the walls, whatever building spec is, we will follow, and we'll do a double silt fence along the creek here until we have seeded grass, which honestly, we're really not going to be able to seed until spring. So most likely that'll have to stay up through winter as long as that's permissible. Otherwise, if Bruce says we can take it down, we can take it down. Yeah, these, 5 or 6 arborvitae on the pool deck are going to have to be removed as well, obviously to, make room for everything. And the only other part is the tree in the front yard, really diseased. We want to take that down in the next week or two. Yeah, this one here. And that's it.
Okay. I didn't come up with any additional questions myself. So let's go to the board. Dave Fox.
No question. Just want to point out the double row is a silt fence and a straw wattle, not 2 silt fences.
Right.
That's all. Thanks.
Thank you. Robert Eisner.
Just one question. So the grades after the pool is removed are going to be pretty close to what they are now.
Pretty close. When they built the pool, they brought the grade in some areas quite near the top of the foundation. And in fact, we'd like to bring it down a couple inches along the house. It's very uneven right now. So it's not, it's more leveling. Certainly the grade's not going up though.
Okay, so you're not planning an extensive amount of fill to raise the grade.
No, we're actually going to use some of the grade as fill.
Great. Thank you. End of my comments.
Okay. Andre Simons.
I do not have any questions.
Okay, Mark Simpson.
The only question, I assume the cement of the pool and all that's going to be moved off-site. Are you going to keep any of the pavers and, store them for future use or anything like that?
Well, the actual concrete of the pool is fractured and buried.
Okay.
And
the pavers, do you have any plans for them or are they going to stay in place?
The pavers are going to be removed.
Okay. That's all. No other questions.
Okay, Alana.
No further questions.
Okay, yeah, on the bottom of the pool, they just crack it. And so is there some certain spacing that they have to reach to make sure we get proper drainage?
There is, and there is a building permit tied to this permit. And so I believe it's every 2 or 4 square feet.
Okay,
So it'll be a couple dozen holes to ensure drainage.
okay. Um, I don't have any further questions. So if there are no further questions from the board, and you're I know one of the town's concern was the erosion control, so you're gonna do the straw wattle and silt fence. You said that. Um, so I think we're all set here. I'd like to motion to accept approve the application, please.
Mark,
Second.
With the condition of the erosion control, if you don't mind, please.
Yes, so make a motion. I'll entertain a motion to approve the application with the erosion control, with the silt fence and straw wattle. And to work with the town on any problems that they come up.
you moved.
Okay. And a second, please.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve the application for 10 Ridgeview Drive. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Bruce, on that, you go out in this, would you go out in the springtime to make sure that the plantings are taking and
Yeah, I'm gonna coordinate with the building official first. When we,
okay,
once now this has been approved, I'm gonna go talk with the building official in the morning. I'll coordinate with him in terms of how this pool has to be removed, what, if and what he's gonna require, and then I'll sign off with comments, add that on. He calls us when the erosion control is we go out there, we inspect it, they'll take the pool down, and then we go back out again after it's all done.
okay,
All right,
thank you.
you're welcome.
Uh, item number 2, 12 Whispering Rod. Is the applicant present?
I think he is.
Present.
Just
Okay.
state your name for the record, please.
Hello all. My name is David Tice. Appreciate your time this evening. I recently purchased 12 Whispering Rod Road, and I have some concern with some of the trees that are on the property. Uh, there are yeah, there's the arrow pointing to the property. There's a fair amount of trees in the backyard. They're all 60 foot plus. The closest tree is about 15 feet from the structure. And they range from 15 to 25 to 35 and up to the farthest tree I want to remove is probably about 55, 60 feet away from the structure. My concern is branches that have fallen in the past. I have 2 young children, 5 and almost 4. I plan on being outside with them, running around, playing in the yard, and I've picked up branches that were probably close to 20 feet that have fallen and smashed and shattered on the ground. Not to mention, in the past, before I bought the property, I was made aware by one of the neighbors. There's a tree between. I didn't put this on the application here, but this was just recently. I was speaking to the neighbor, and my neighbor with the pool. If you're looking at the map to the left, there's a tree. It's probably a good 60, 50, 60 feet tall, and that one's only about 12 feet from my structure. And a branch had fallen and actually ripped the electrical service off the house, and the riser is bent off, pulled off the service. So my concern is falling branches from these massive trees that could potentially damage my building, but first and foremost, injure my children, which is the number one priority.
Mhm. Um, have you had somebody experienced with trees come out and look at these? Just, I mean, Are they unhealthy or?
I have not. I'm not certain of their health condition. I'm not an arborist by any means. But I have noticed, like I said, some broken off branches up high, and I've picked one up on a different tree, so they have been falling in the past. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I have a couple of the trees marked that I'm looking to take off. That tree right in the center of that picture is only about 35 feet from my property, and it's a good 60 feet tall. If
Yeah.
it falls, it's going to go straight across my entire house.
Okay.
This is the tree. This one's only 22-ish feet from the garage, and it's again 50, 60 feet tall.
And what do you plan to do with the stumps?
I plan on grinding the stumps out and then re-landscaping, adding new. I haven't quite decided exactly what I want to do yet, but I want to do some nice landscaping around the property to help absorb some of that water and the damp soil there.
Okay. Um, there was a discrepancy between your application and your plan view there.
Ye-
Is that been
Was
worked out with the town?
was that for the quantities of
Yeah,
trees?
the 12 and 8.
Yeah, so I miscounted on the trees. Some of them this has one stump, but it branches off two different main trunks coming up. So I counted incorrectly. I apologize for that. Here's the tree. This tree is only 12 and a half, 15, between 12 and 15
Yeah.
feet away from my building. And as you can see, the branches are leaning way over the garage already. And this was the one where the service actually in that picture. I can't tell if you can you zoom in on the surface on that picture at all? It doesn't look like that right now. So the branch must have fallen in between this picture. But the surface is actually bent off the garage.
Yeah. Well, it looks like in the center of the trunk at the base there that you got some section dying or something's going on with it. Um, okay. Bruce, you had a question about drainage improvements on your items to be considered on this. Do you,
Yeah,
what are you looking for him to do
well,
is for drainage
well, the
improvements?
owner had put, the applicant had put on the application that they're doing drainage improvements. He just stated right now still that he doesn't know what he wants to do yet. So just
Oh,
concerned what those can be and do those require wetland approval, depending on what he's doing and where he's doing it.
So I can answer that in part. Some of the drainage improvements I wanted to do was install a curtain drain around the structure so I don't get water in my basement because I do have a sump pit in the basement and a pump that runs periodically. I don't know the frequency that it runs, but it does eject water a fair amount of time. So I would like to do some sort of curtain drain around at the bare minimum the rear of the property and the sides to get that water away from the foundation.
Where's it gonna go though? There's nowhere to get that to go at that elevation. So let's say the foundation's 8 feet down, you got a foot exposed. So let's say you're 7 feet down, you've got to find a spot that's 7 feet away that you can grade that to drain. I think the biggest problem, I know this area very well, is 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 the groundwater. The groundwater is extremely high up there. So that's why you've got those the drainage problems. So doing a curtain drain around the house isn't going to serve any purpose if you can't get it to grade to drain. So,
I think what he's saying is that our current drain is a gravity feed drain. So if you dig down to the bottom of your basement, which is a lot of excavation, and you put in the drain, you still have to put a lateral that's going to carry the water away from the house. But since you're down so far, you don't have,
The
there's,
pitch.
mhm.
oh, yeah, you don't have a grade there to empty that out to, so you have to come up with another solution. And we're just, I mean, some drainage is a lot of excavation, which is, we'd have to be careful of. And so I think Well, if I mean, we could vote on this tree removal, and once you get a better idea, if you want to try and come, and Bruce, help me out here. I mean, would he do that? Can he do drainage a separate application if it tends to be a major project?
We could work at it two ways. Approve the tree removal with a condition that, let's say, 5 feet, 10 feet away from the house, in that area around the house, it's fine that staff coordinates with him. Anything
Okay.
more than that in the backyard, then he can come back, and at that point, I can come back under a planner's report to update you and decide whether it needs to a new application or not.
Okay.
So
All
one other
right.
comment as well, currently the topography slopes away from the house, and there is probably about 3 to 4 feet of foundation above grade
Okay.
on the house side. The garage is a little lower.
All right. Well, that's all the questions I have. Let's hear from the commissioners. David Fox.
I don't have any questions.
Okay. Robert Eisner.
No questions, but a comment, just make sure when you work with your tree removal company, assuming you get the approval, sometimes the tree companies just like to blow all the chips into the woods. And since your woods are regulated wetlands, they're gonna have to remove the tree debris from the property.
Understand?
End of my comments.
Okay, thank you. Andre.
I do not have any questions at the moment.
Mark Simpson.
No comments, no questions.
Okay. Alana.
Yeah, I have a couple questions. How many trees are you planning on removing, and how far back into the tree line in your backyard are you hoping to remove trees?
So the quantity of trees, as you can see, some of them do branch off in Y, so that's why my numbers were a little off. But
Hmm.
I do believe it's going to be about 10 stumps, let's call them.
Hmm.
And then the only there's I think three again stumps because a couple of them branch off in the back right on the edge of where it changes from grass to uh like a vegetation area. I don't plan on disrupting any of the vegetation area there, but I would like to get some of those trees down because of their height.
Okay.
Right here, arrows right here. Yep, these
Yeah,
right here. There's the edge of the lawn and there's the woods right there. So
exactly.
does that help, Elena?
Yeah, that helps.
Thank you.
Okay. Um,
If you're done, I just wanted to remind the commission one other thing, that the application does include, and I don't think he described it, but it does include an addition to the building as well. So this is the existing garage here, all right? And he's converting a portion of the existing finished house to garage, and then he's expanding the front of the garage another 8 feet, I think it was, out from here.
Correct.
So the wetlands are pretty much a lot of this area in the back, but it is within the 150-foot upland review area. So just wanted to let everyone know about that as well.
so the blue is the new.
The blue is existing.
Okay.
And then the yellow hatch is an existing porch that the garage foundation floor is cracked. There's about a 3 inch crack in the worst spot. So I need to pull all that out. And I want to, while I'm going to pull it all out, I want to just do it a little larger so I can fit my vehicle and lawnmower and stuff like that inside the garage, as well as kids' toys.
Okay. Oh, so the blue is living space converted to garage.
Just that one section
Right here.
to
Oh,
the right.
I see. You have a line through there. Okay.
So I'm going to widen the garage by about 5 feet and expand it forward about 8 feet. So expand
So
it towards
Okay.
the street.
so the blue is all existing. This area is existing garage. This is existing finished.
Correct.
He's lucky enough to have a wife that'll let him expand the garage into the house.
I don't have a wife.
And then he's going to extend the garage out 8 feet and to cover the whole width uh, of the new garage.
Okay.
And in addition to, there's also porch. I was going to add a front porch. It's a Dutch colonial, and I want to add a front porch concrete to the front and the side of the property. Give it a little more curb appeal. I think that was on that last
Yeah.
floor site
And
plan.
is the porch going to be on posts or, the outside edges? Or are you going to build a foundation?
I'm going to pour a foundation across the face of the gambrel.
Yeah.
So the garage, where you're looking now, the garage will extend to the left 5 feet, and all of that will come forward 8.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then at the gambrel side, I'm going to put a front porch there, 8 feet deep and 24 feet wide, the width of the
Oh,
structure.
sorry. Yes. You're talking about over here.
Yes.
Oh, I think about this porch here. So, all right.
No, no,
No.
that porch
Yeah,
is
so
going to
let me,
stay.
yes, that's true. So we back out. So the porch will be here.
Correct.
For our-
And then wrap
our
around to the
facing side.
left.
Exactly.
Okay.
Do you have anything else here?
And all of that porch will be poured concrete foundation. Yeah, that's a good picture of it.
Is the front of the house still in the 150 feet
I'm,
upland
I'm,
review area?
I'm sorry, say that again?
My question to Bruce, is the front of the house
Yes.
in the
Yep.
150
Yeah.
foot review
Yeah,
area?
pretty
The
much
whole
the way
house
this
is?
is, let me go to here. I'll show you. Let me see if it's working. It wasn't working. Oh, there it is. It's working now. So it's pretty much all of the backyard. So anything on the property is technically in the 150-foot upland review area.
Okay. All right. All right. So if we were to prove this, we would have a motion,
Well, we're just gonna
to,
accept it right now.
oh, that's right. Yeah, we're just accepting it. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
All right. So the chair will entertain a motion to accept the application.
So moved
So
by
moved by
Dave.
Robert.
Okay.
Second, Mark.
Made and seconded to accept the application. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, oh, aye, opposed, abstain. Okay, the motion to accept the application passes. Do we want a site walk for this? I'll, Dave, what do you think of a site walk?
I don't think it's necessary.
Okay. And significance?
And not significant.
Okay. Robert Eisner, your opinion on a site walk and if this is significant?
Yeah, non-significant regulated activity, and I don't feel the need to do a site walk if we know what's gonna happen to drainage, maybe when that spins around, it would warrant a site walk, but for the tree removal and stumping, no need to do a site walk.
Okay. Andre?
I do not think it is significant, and I do not think we need a site walk.
Okay, Mark Simpson?
No sidewalk and non-significant.
All right, and Alana?
Not significant and no site walk.
Okay. So the chair will entertain a motion that there is no need for a site walk, and this is not a significant activity. We could do those together, can't we, Bruce?
Yeah, you technically you only have to vote on the significance. So
Oh, all right. Well, all right. So then for the record, we polled and sidewalk was requested, and Chair will entertain a motion that this is not a significant event for the property.
So moved by Robert.
Okay, and a second, please.
Second by Andre.
All right. Motion made and second that this is not a significant activity. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
I
Opposed? Abstain? Okay. Motion passes. So we'll see you in 2 weeks and to accept the application. Make sure you have any additional information, get it into the town as soon as possible. Especially in regards to site, in regards to um, the foundation drainage, or give Bruce a little better idea what you think you're planning on doing, and then we'll vote on that. The accepting the application, and we put a set aside. You need to work with Bruce on the drainage, any drainage improvements.
Will do. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Okay. Next item on the agenda, Jennifer Vila, Meadow Road, installation of a pump and pump house. Is the applicant present?
yeah, she's there. Jen?
Yes,
Are you
yeah.
there? You are. Just introduce yourself, please, and give a little presentation. I'll follow along with the screen.
I'm Jen Villa. I'm working with Matt Cass, who's a consultant on this project, so he's gonna take over and give the explanation.
Good evening. This is me, Matt Cass. I'm doing the pump portion of this project, and we hope to install a pump house roughly 6x8 size. We'll have a 2 horsepower centrifugal pump with a 1.5 inch usable poly suction line going out into the water, somewhere between 20 and 30 feet, depending where I find the deepest water.
Do you have anything to do with the construction of the pump house?
No, Jen has her carpenter doing that.
Okay. I'm more concerned about the the footing of the pump house and how deep it is. Is it going to be a slab? Is it going to be
Yeah,
36 inches down?
In speaking with the carpenter, we had discussed what type of footing, and I believe he's going to put in probably some 8-inch sonotubes down below frost, and
Okay.
then frame it above grade from there.
Okay. That's good. Sonotubes are minor.
We, we don't want anything shifting and breaking the piping.
Yeah. And this was going to be 8x6 shed.
Yes, yeah, roughly, depending
Okay.
what his lumber dimensions you come out to, most
Yeah,
cost effectively.
roughly. Okay. And how are you installing piping? And how deep you usually have to go for that?
My portion is all above ground. The underground piping has already been installed by another contractor, so I'm
Okay.
simply tying into it.
Okay. And the applicant, just for the record here, the applicant is requesting that this matter as a permitted non-regulated use. And I won't read the whole section from section 4.8.1, but Bruce has provided it for us in regards to farm use of the property. Uh, um, that's the questions I have. We'll go to the commission. Dave Fox.
Yeah, I don't have any questions, and I would think that since it's an erection of a building that is directly related to farming operation, it does qualify. That's all.
Okay. Robert Eisner?
Yeah. Uh, in terms of the footings for the small building, you could also evaluate using helicoils, which would even have less impact than using the sonotubes, because you still have to excavate the hole for the sonotubes. Um, in terms of the regulated activity, I would lean towards it's still a regulated activity, not subject to the exemption. But that is fair discussion for the rest of the commission. End of my comments.
Um, I'm not sure I understood you. So you think it is not permitted as a non-regulated use?
Correct. I think the construction is a regulated activity, not subject to the exemption.
Okay. All right. Um, Andre?
I do not have any questions at the moment.
Okay, do you think this work is permitted as a non-regulated?
Oh, and yes, I do think it is permitted as a non-regulated use.
Okay. I it seems to be called out pretty clearly, since the house is built for the pump and the pump is a farming requirement, so I don't know. Mark Simpson?
I have no questions, and I believe this is permitted under the farming regulations.
Okay. And Alana?
Yeah, I have a couple questions. So I know a lot of the farmland in town is town land. Um, is this taking place on town land, or is this a privately owned lot that this is being built on?
This is town land.
Okay. And is the wetlands in consideration here? Is that just this drainage pond, or is this wooded area also considered a wetland?
Over here, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's considered a wetland as well. Let me just double check. Um, give me a second. Oh, trying to drive here. Yeah, it's showing everything in a wetland area here. So based on the soils map.
Okay. That's all my questions. I think uh I think this would be a non-regulated use.
Okay. Okay.
Just if you don't mind if I interject there, Chair, a second.
Absolutely.
Commissioner Harvith did mention it is on town land. Yes, she does have a lease to farm the town land, and the town manager has approved the work that's going on for the pump house. So, okay, just want to make that clear for the record.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I think the majority here feels that this work should be permitted as a non-regulated use in accordance with section .A.1. So I would entertain a motion that this is permitted, that this is a permitted non-regulated use.
So moved.
Okay, and
Dave
a
will
second,
second.
please. Okay, motion's been made and seconded that this is a permitted non-regulated use. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
I
Okay.
Opposed?
Opposed,
Abstain?
Eisner.
Okay, one opposition. Um, Abstain? Okay, motion passes. So you're permitted to do this, but you're still within the wetlands, so um, please check with the town and keep them informed of your progress and what's going on with the project, and good luck with it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Okay. Um, Next item on the agenda, 8 Asbury Hollow. Regular activity for installation of an in-ground soak pool.
All right.
Is the applicant present, please? And can you give your name and address record and the description of the work?
Yes. Michael Anderson at 8 Asbury Hollow.
Okay.
And
Everybody just, I apologize. Can everyone hold on one second? My computer decided to lock up, so I can't. Let me see if I can close off some of these. Let's do the whole thing.
You're not watching a baseball game on another screen, are you?
Yeah, I am. That's why it locked up. Just give me a second. I told you I don't want to know. Let's see. Let's try to go back to. Here we go. Let's try this again. All right. That worked. And then the pool specs. All right, we are back in business. There we go. Move this over here. Do this. Yeah.
Okay, so
We are back. Here's the map. Here we go. All right. Sorry about that. We're back in.
Yes.
Back online.
all right,
right,
Michael
so-
Anderson.
yeah,
Michael Anderson.
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Michael Anderson, professional license 32503 at 8 Asbury Hollow in Farmington. And basically, we just moved into this new house from the other side of Farmington, and we're trying to, replicate for our kids. We had a pool spa and a fire pit. So we're just trying to put in this soak pool, which is like a nice, like a larger size hot tub with a fireplace to go with it, and a adjoining paver patio for seating and tables outside our back deck, and yeah, just a connecting walkway up to our existing walkway and deck over there. And yes, I added in, yeah, I do have the sill fence with the straw wattles for erosion control protection. The pool equipment is located outside the setback, and we're gonna screen it with some landscaping, as well as landscaping behind the fireplace to kind of, our neighbors is in lot 6 to the left. Try to screen that for privacy as well. And yes, mainly the basement where the door comes out is unfinished. So I kind of added in like an outdoor shower as like kind of a changing room for guests, and also to rinse off afterward as well, and to store towels. And the heater, I think, was asked. It's going to be we have natural gas there, so that's going to the pool equipment, and it comes from right that same side of the house. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Is that so the existing walkway, is it bituminous or concrete?
The blue is the existing walkways, and those are old pavers.
Oh, they're all pavers.
Yes.
So
So
you're
the,
replacing one paver with another paver?
yes. Yeah.
Okay, and then, there was some in the town's description. Um, there's the health code, I guess, talks about that if you're gonna have an out shower, it can only be drained directly if it's cold water.
Mhm.
If you worked with the town on figuring out what you want to do with that?
No, yeah, I don't know if that was going to be discussed here or if I talk with I think that came from the health department. I'm not sure
Yeah,
who best to talk with, but we're having a little that's like a little wall apart as part of the fireplace connecting there, and we're gonna have a little drain there and the shower to connect to a dry well filled with like stone, sand, and stone, kind of like a basic gray water treatment thing, and to permeate like into the landscape bed underground, like in between the fireplace and the shower.
okay.
Will it be only cold water or is it how cold and hot?
We were hoping to do cold and hot. Our hot water heater is kind of like right on the other side of the wall.
All right, because you can't do hot like that. The code, the Farmington, she had that's why I had mentioned that in the agenda review. They do not allow hot water to drain to a dry well or under the ground. It's got to be into an approved septic system or a sewer system. Since you're on sewers, you can tie into the sewer. Unfortunately, we don't want you to tie into the sewer without having a fully enclosed structure because if it rains, we don't want to be getting rainwater into our sewer system. So it would have to be a fully enclosed, sealed, like a room to protect it from any kind of rainwater from getting in there.
Okay, so the
So we
only
don't,
option it would be to do septic
or
instead
cold
of a drain.
water. The
Cold
wet,
water or
they
it has
allow
to be
you to do
septic.
cold water and let it drain to the grade, or do it in the dry well if you want. But anytime you do hot water, it needs to go into an approved septic system or sewer system.
Okay.
So I would, if you want, coordinate that with Health District even more. If you want to look at the sewer or a separate sewer system, um, unless you want to tie it in, unless you want to fully enclose it and tie it into the sanitary sewer, then either way you can go through myself on that.
Okay. And sorry, who was that again? I was trying
All
to
right,
follow.
it's Bruce here.
Okay.
All right.
So Bruce, we approve, is our approval have anything to do with whether or not, how he does whether it goes with the hot or hot, cold or cold and hot? I mean,
Well,
because that's going to
it
be
does in a
approval
way.
from the town, right?
Yeah, it does in a way. Right now, all you're gonna do is accept the application. All right. So he's
Yeah,
got time. He's technically has 2 weeks to figure out if he wants to proceed in a certain way after talking with health department, um,
okay,
or just take it out and just go cold water or whatever. However he wants to do it.
okay, all right. He requested a wetland science to flag the area of the wetlands.
Hmm?
I am I in the right place on
I
your
think you're on the.
comments?
So you're on mine.
Oh, I might have skipped a page.
Yeah, I think you skipped the page. Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Hmm. So
All right, so what we have to do is accept the application, and then determine if we need a site walk and determine significance. So I'll go to the commission, ask if you have any questions, and after your questions, if you let us know if you would like a site walk for this and if you think it is significant activity. So we'll start with Dave.
Um, I don't have any questions right now. I don't think it's significant and don't need a sidewalk.
Okay. Thank you. Robert Eisner.
No questions or concerns as noted by Bruce. It's already in a disturbed lawn area. It's all upland review, so I don't see it as a significant activity, and I don't see the need for a site walk.
Okay, Andre Simons.
I don't have any questions or concerns, and I don't see the need for a sidewalk.
Okay. And do you think this is a
Oh, and I do not think it is a regular, like it's permitted.
significant?
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't think it's significant.
All right, Alana Carvet.
I don't think it's significant and we don't need a site walk.
Okay, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay. All right,
Mr. Chair, there's a
yes.
mark.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mark.
No problem. I thought you were saving me for the, for the last,
Come on, take us home, Mark.
Wow. Non-significant, and I have no questions.
Okay, thank you. All
And
right,
sidewalk.
so for the record, the polling indicated that there is not a need for a site walk. And the chair will entertain a motion that this is not a significant activity for the property.
So moved.
And a second, please.
Second, Mark.
Okay, motion is made and seconded that this is not a significant activity. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
I
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? The application is accepted. So yeah, so we'll see you in 2 weeks. If you can work out with Bruce and with the Farmington Valley Health Department, what you want to do with that, let us know. And then we'll approve, hopefully we can approve the application at the next meeting.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay.
Try to do this. I gotta do this in small bits so this doesn't freeze again. So, just a second.
All right, next item on the agenda, number 5, is cease and desist at the property at 148 Brickyard Road, Assessor's Lot 3G.
All right. Back in business. Here we go. Okay, the applicant is here, I think.
We
Still?
are.
Okay.
Thank you,
All
Mr.
right.
Chairman. Are we okay to go?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead. Let us know what happened and what you plan to do about it.
So for the record, my name is Alan Bongiovanni. I'm a licensed land surveyor in the state of Connecticut. My office is at 170 Payne Road in Newington. I have the property owner with me, Tim Vibert, who owns and operates for the Farmington Motorsports, which is located at this 148 Brickyard Road. We've been working on this site for about a year. Came to our attention through Tim. They had done some clearing in the back. We got involved with the engineering and planning department about some of the cutting that had taken place. And to replace the buffer that was there. So we've been working on a design to kind of complete this site, replant the buffer, better organize the work area, the storage area that he has on the site for the vehicles. And we are about at that point where we can file an application. I saw Bruce had on the screen the cover sheet. We've got a set of plans that we've been working with the staff on, our soil scientists, our civil engineer, coming up with a design that will meet the criteria, we believe, of your commission. We are in an aquifer zone, so we're going to, we've designed a system and a pavement for that vehicle storage area that will better handle any hydrocarbons that may come off the vehicles and treat that water before it goes into the ground or the stormwater system that's available to us. But having said that, we're here today because there was some fill brought onto the property without a permit. Part of the design that we have is creating a berm along the Rails to Trail project, which was a railroad at one time. I think Tim got a little overzealous when the neighbor says, I know you're going to need some material. I have some fill that I need to get rid of. And Tim said, yeah, we're going to need it there. So he had it brought in. I don't think there was any ill intent involved in bringing the fill and for the reason that we're here tonight. But the cart came before the horse, and we apologize for that. Having said that, we're ready to file an application. We would probably file in the next 5 to 7 days for planning and zoning and your commission. We're not really changing the use of the property at all. We're proposing to, because we've got to do a lot of work with paving the storage yard as opposed to the gravel base that was there, stormwater treatment and groundwater infiltration. We'll be filing an application both with you and planning and zoning. We have about 43.5% of the site is impervious now. Because this will be the final build out, we're going to propose going to 47% of the site as impervious. All along the west, along the drainage swale, water course, intermittent water course that's there. We're proposing a berm, heavily landscaped in accordance with the town regulations. And the large area, the big open area there, that's a large infiltration basin, so that all the stormwater that leaves the site, for the most part, will infiltrate into the ground. Again, we've had several scientists and specialists and geologists here because it is an aquifer to come up with a design that would best protect that aquifer and handle the drainage from the site.
Okay, where did that fill come from?
It came from Brickyard Road, for the Sky Fitness.
Okay. So it's not a great distance away.
I'm sorry.
No,
It's not, so it's not a great distance away or something. Okay.
No.
All right, Bruce, to you, is it, do we have, oh no, you said you're planning to set the application in within 5 to 7 days?
Correct.
Okay. All right, and the work, so those plans show the work that was done and the work that needs to be done still?
So I don't reflect on the plans. I haven't, the area that the fill was brought in, there's a pile of fill. We can, shoot that, survey it, and then add it to the plan so you know what we're talking about.
Okay. All right, Bruce, do you have any additional comments on this?
Other than what I have in the agenda review, no, I don't. I mean, I just listed a bunch of items to consider for the commission to discuss.
Okay, I think I've got my questions answered. We'll go to the commission. Dave Fox, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I guess when you do submit plans, you should show where the drainage ditch is, and if there are any other, if there are adjacent wetlands, you should probably have a soil scientist out there and determine the extent of the wetlands, so we know.
We have done that, and those reports will be filed with the application.
Okay, that's good. And you've mentioned that most of the water is just gonna infiltrate.
Correct.
I guess in an aquifer protection area, you better be consulting with the water department on that. The water company.
We will be. We have to notify them because we're within 7 days of filing the application with the town. Part of the delay in time from when we first started this project last year to getting to this point was having the engineer actually select the right water quality structure in that to remove any hydrocarbons and floatables and things like that before it left the pavement. Currently, it's a permitted site. It's a permitted use, and it's basically a gravel reclaimed pavement base. Working with staff, they recommended more of a impermeable surface. That's why we're going to, at great expense, paving the site and providing a mechanical means of pre-treatment of the stormwater before we get to the basin. But the design does meet the stormwater quality regulations, and I think when staff reviews it, I think they'll concur that it's an appropriate design.
Okay, sounds good. That's all I have.
Thank you, Dave. Robert Eisner?
Yeah. Ellen, what do you think your time frame looks like? It's obviously a tough time of year. Are you going through the permitting now and you'll do the construction in the spring, or are you going to be working over the winter if you get the approvals quickly?
It's gotten so late in the season that we'll probably go for the permitting now because it's going to probably take us a couple months at least to do that. So now we're going to be beyond the planting season in that, and probably we'll hold off until the spring.
Okay, thank you. That's end of my questions.
Okay. Andre Simons?
I do not have any questions at this point.
Mark Simpson?
No questions, and thanks for calling on me.
Alana Karveth?
Yes, so I guess I'm a little confused. Have you started the clearing already? Is that
So some clearing was done last late spring, early summer in the back portion of the site. I think the photo shows
Mhm.
the photo that Bruce has on the screen now is prior to the clearing, and a lot of that vegetation has been cut down now. It was cut down last spring. That's when we got involved. A lot of it mostly consisted of a lot of second growth poplar and fast growing weedy type trees and understory and invasive species. There was a lot of dead vegetation in there, and some of it was knockdowns from storms, and that was kind of the impetus behind originally clearing that to clean that area up. And then it came to Tim's attention that this is a buffer area for those on the other side of the rails to trail. So that's why we got involved to reestablish that buffer. And while we're going to do that, let's clean up the rest of the site, get everything else in ship shape, and do it once for all.
Okay. And so the fill is just sitting there for right now, but it will be used in the construction later?
It will be used in the berm. Basically, around that infiltration basin, we're going to raise the grade 4 to 5 feet to create a platform to plant our evergreens so that we get a buffer to establish sooner rather than later.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and when you say the buffer for for the rails and trails?
So there's a 100-foot regulated buffer in the regulations. Not
right.
regulated, 100-foot buffer, vegetated buffer required. And Bruce, I think it's a class B or a C, which dictates how we plant this.
Oh, the buffer. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yes, I don't remember, but yep.
So that's the buffer basically goes to the center line of the rails to trails, but the people that are affected without the buffer are those that live on the other side to the west of it.
Okay. And then you had said that you're gonna have, probably gonna have to finish this in the spring. So what is the plan for the winter on this?
So I think we're going to take a look at the piles of fill that are out there. I think they're very granular in nature. We'll probably put a silt fence around them for the time being. I know material that's native to the area is very, very well drained. So if it gets wet, water's just going to soak through it and not really cause it to cause any silt or sedimentation. But we would put appropriate safeguards around it at this point. That's something we're gonna determine tomorrow when I go out there.
All right, and we recommend the silt fence and the straw wattle
Certainly.
for occasions like that. Okay. All right. So Bruce, what's our next step? We would wait for the plan to come in next week, and then we don't really have to do anything with it tonight.
That's up to you guys. I mean, you guys can, one of two things, I think it is important that the erosion control is reviewed and then we can get on the property to confirm that it's all done. It's locked up tight for the winter. You know what I mean? If that's,
Yep.
if that's their plan, that they're not going to do any construction this year, then making sure that that's secure, make sure that's acceptable for the commission as well. And if so, we can maybe table this, give them a certain amount of time and we can table it until such time as an application is submitted. If we feel an application submitted in a timely manner, then that's fine. If not, we can move to do some further action or something like that. However
Okay.
you guys want to move with that.
All right. So and I mean, I think we should do a site walk on this, but I think we might want to wait till their application is in and we have a little more information. Do you think that's wise?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Yes. No, yeah, I would agree. And at that point, they can mark out some of the proposed improvements out in the field. So you have
Okay.
that as long as the wetlands to review all at the same time. So I guess more or
Okay.
less asking the applicant, when do they think they will give them a time limit maybe, or get a better idea on when they're going to submit.
Yep.
We only have a few meetings left this year. We have the 15th and then we only have one in November and one in December.
Yeah.
So
All
I think
right.
that's the
So
biggest thing.
If I may, Mr. Chairman,
yes.
we're willing to commit to filing before a week from Friday, which is the 10th. It'll probably be filed next Tuesday or Wednesday, within a week.
Okay. All right. So we'll go with that and we'll when we have the application and we have the plans, we can discuss this at the next meeting when we think would be the best time to do a site walk and get a better idea what the schedule is for the work that needs to be done and give the town planner more time to review the work. Does that sound reasonable to you, Bruce?
Sounds good to me, as long as the commission's on board with that.
Oh yeah, that's true, huh? Are there any comments from the commission if we allow for the application to be put in next week and then before the next within 10 days and then well, let's say within 10 days. And because the town needs time to review the information. Dave, any comments?
Yeah, that sounds good, but I think we should require that the erosion controls be put in place sooner rather than later.
Okay.
We'd be happy.
Independent of the application.
We'd be happy to coordinate with Bruce to meet out there and come up with a plan and do that next when Bruce is available tomorrow, Friday.
That sounds great.
Okay. Robert?
Yeah, I'm fine with that approach.
Okay. Andre?
I don't have a problem with that approach.
Okay. Marxism?
I'm in agreement with everyone. That's fine
Okay.
with me.
All right. And Alana Carveth?
That's fine with me.
Okay. All right, so work with Bruce on getting the straw wattle and everything in place, and get your application in for the next 10 days, and we will see you at the next meeting.
Very good. Thank you
Thank you
very
very
much.
much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Cease and desist at 114 West Avon Road.
Yeah, give me a second again. It's gonna take a little bit.
You know, you mixed me up a little bit here. You have the item 5 and 6 in the order on the agenda isn't, it's a little different from 5 and 6 on the agenda review.
I did that on purpose. I wanted to make sure you were gonna read it.
You're
You know?
paying attention?
No, I just noticed that myself when I was looking. I went, "Oh no, I had them out of order."
Like, it's just I started
It
talking
was
about
a
it. I said, wait a
long
minute,
agenda
that's,
review. So if that's all I got wrong, then that's fine. I'm good.
yeah.
TOT, give me a couple of things, give me a few things, give me a second. I'm trying to load these up. Oh, come on. Adobe is so slow. Something's going on. One more. All right. Okay, I think that's it. All right. This and then one more. Okay. All right. I think the applicant is, or not the applicant, I think the owner of the property is still on. Brianna?
Yes, that's me. Hi.
All right. Okay. I could give you a quick little overlay just to give the commission a little bit of an update.
Okay.
I'll go back to my thing here.
Oh, I'm sorry, me?
Nope, it's me. Sorry. I'm just
Oh,
gonna give
I'm
a little
sorry.
update and then at that you could just chime in. So as it says here, on 9/18, we were called about some work being done in a possible wetland area. We went out. I called the owner of the next door neighbor property because there was nobody here. I went to the owners next door. I asked if I can get on their property. They gave me approval. We came over, took some pictures in the back of the yard. All right, and you could see the level of disturbance. So based on the aerial map that I provided, and we can go over that, it looks like here's the house. Where's 114? Up in here. Oh, here's right here.
It should be right where the
Yep,
numbers are just
exactly. Yep, right there. And then there's a big low point. You can see a lot of the farm. This is the was it Happy Hollow Farm or tree farm? So evergreen. So this all pitches down. All these areas pitch down into this low spot here. All right. Um, I think that's the only sheet I got on this one, right? Yeah. So coming back, this is that whole low point area. You can see the amount of disturbance and the material that's there. All right. I did look at the soils map, and it is a sandy loam, but it is a very high groundwater, which I think is partly attributes to the frequent inundation and the long inundation of water in here. Okay. And that's why there's a picture from the back. You can see the area, the big depression in there. This was a picture I found on Zillow when the house was being uh, advertised for sale, and you could see the amount of water back there. Okay.
But I just put in that picture from the Zillow listing is from about, I believe, 2018, 2019.
Okay.
We just bought the home just recently. We bought it from people that we knew, so it wasn't posted online or on the market or anything like that when we did purchase the house. So I just want to point out that that is a much older picture.
Thank you. Then 18, 19, perfectly. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. So that's that. And then I have, oh, where's the other? So here's the GIS maps. I have some aerials throughout the years. Okay. So this is the 2009. You can see the amount of just ponding in that area. 2012. It looks like some of it has actually reseeded. There may be some of it in here. again, same thing. Part of it is inundated. It looks like this is all this is actually dried up in that area. This is 2019. You can see the amount of just of ponding in there as well. And 2023, again, scaled back a little bit, but a large area of ponding. And then the near maps, did I forget those? Let's see, get those in here. GIS maps. There we go, near map. Here we go. That's what I was looking for.
Can I ask a quick question? So when some of the photos that show the disturbance, it shows a red building in the back. Is that the house? Is the house the front, or is that a shed or a garage or something?
No, we have a detached garage. So I believe
Okay.
the red building that you were seeing was the back of the detached garage. Our house
Okay.
is also red as well, but it's just a little bit farther up.
Okay. Thank
Let's see
you.
here. Let's see. Yes, that's like a shed or a garage there. The house is over on the left here, a little bit more. All right, it's like right behind the bushes here. All right.
Okay. Yeah. That's what. All right.
Near map. So this is some near map images we have from 23. This is August. This is sorry, April or no, August 23, September 23. And you can see, like I said, the large amount of impoundment. There's a little boat.
Is there a boat in there?
Yeah, there's a boat moored off to the side.
Okay.
Same thing. This is April 2024. You can see the amount of water ponding in there. September 24, a little bit less, pulling back. So it just wanted to give a variation of how it rises and falls, and as well as the complexity of the amount of owners that are involved, because as you can see here, with the GIS for here, you can see here, oh no, that's not good. But you can see here the amount of property. So there's 114, 120, 116, and a portion of it falls onto 100. West Avon Road too. So that area of ponding is relatively large. So
Okay.
based on that, I felt that it was a wetland due to the frequent inundation and for the long period of inundation. So that's how we treated it. Sent out the cease and desist, and Brianna is here to give her side of the story. Go ahead.
Yes. So we just recently purchased this home in the end of January. And just to give a little background information in regards to it being split up in for those three properties of the 114, 120, and 116, Barbara Butch at 110 West Avon, or I'm sorry, 118 West Avon Road. She's all the way at the end. Her grandfather was the original owner of all of the land, and he was the one that divvied it up into these three properties for his family. Granted, that was some amount of years ago, and now there's all different owners and all of that. We did speak with Dennis at 116 West Avon Road, and we also spoke with Barbara, at 118 West Avon Road. And when we told them that we were just wanting to clean up the pond area, Barbara let us know that for many years, her and her family have always used the pond for ice skating and just enjoying it and all. So we were under the impression that this is a pond, and we were just trying to maintain our new yard and get it ready for the winter so that hopefully we can ice skate on it and enjoy it and just clean up the yard, make it look a little bit prettier and nicer, for us looking at it. But we did speak with the neighbors, and they were all thrilled, and more than happy to know that someone was taking care of the property, that we were respecting it, cleaning it up, and just maintaining our yard.
Okay. But it's your yard, but it's upland area so there's restrictions that, I mean, you you can't grow grass and have a regular yard up to the pond. There's gonna have to be some restoration work done. And you could work with the town on that, but you'll has there been any work on this? I guess to Bruce in regards to showing the limits of the wetlands or flagging. Was that ever done on this property in the past?
No, I was unable to find anything in our records of that. I looked through the subdivision maps and and all of the properties around there to see if any applications were filed, any surveys, and it's a very
Okay.
relatively old area, so there wasn't much of anything on file.
Okay, so I think we should recommend that we have get a wetland scientist to flag the area for wetlands. Um,
May I ask if that would cost anything?
yes. I don't know exactly how much, but you're, you need to, we need to know what we're dealing with in regards to where the wetlands were. Now it's all grown over, it's all plowed over, and it makes it difficult to figure out how it was.
So when I was doing some research after receiving the letter, I did look pretty extensively into all of the maps of Farmington, and nothing was able to indicate that it was a wetland. So if this is just a pond for what we've been told since we moved into the house from what the previous owners told us, how they've used it. I mean, they had, boats in it. Everybody's gone ice skating, played hockey on it, all that. I mean, where would we stand with that?
Well, you wouldn't, it wouldn't, it being a wetland would not stop you from using it as a ice skating pond or whatever, or, the recreation on it. But what the concern is the area around the pond. Um, and the way it's been disturbed. Uh, I think, uh, I don't know, Bruce, maybe you need to help me out here. It's, I'm trying, I'm looking through your list, and I think we need to have a wetland scientist look at this, um, and develop, some sort of restoration plan.
No, agreed. And I think it'd be great to listen to the commission, see what they feel
Yeah.
as well. But I think that was kind of where I was going with this, is saying, hey, I mean, part of it is it is a pond that actually dries out. So what is the vegetation that was in there? What existed prior to all of that disturbance? So I think that is part of the of what needs to be considered as well.
Okay. Let's hear from the commission. Um, just let me know what you think about the requirement of a plan and extent of restoration, and so we'll start with Dave Fox.
I think what Bruce laid out in items to consider is in order of a perfect plan almost. Follow those steps and see where we go.
Okay. Robert?
Thanks. I do have a couple of questions for the owner. Ms. Barshu, how was the work done in the backyard?
We have a tractor.
Okay, and how much material was brought onto the property?
No material was brought onto the property. Everything was there and it is still there. Nothing has been removed or brought onto the property.
Okay, so you just cleared whatever brush or small growth was there and you graded it out with the tractor that you own?
There was really no growth there. I mean, it was mostly just skimming over the top of the sand. As you could see in the piles, it's really just all sand that was there and just on the bottom. So that's really all we did was just move the sand over, and then we did have plans to move it back. We were just cleaning it up from the banks and taking out all the dead sticks and just dead stuff that fell along the bank of it, and we're just cleaning it out while it was still dry before, because we do know that, as in the past pictures, that the water levels have come up, so we were just trying to get everything all cleared up and good now while it's dry.
Okay, great. Thank you for that clarification. End of my comments.
Before we I'm gonna ask one more question. So the water that's in that hole now, is that the remnants, I mean, of the pond, or?
Yes, we have not put any water in or taken any water out. What's there has just been there, and we were just working around it.
Did it kind of fill up during a recent rain, or is it the groundwater boat coming up?
I
Were you-
believe that from that picture that would have just been groundwater, because we haven't had any really much rain or anything like that. So I believe when that picture was taken, it was just groundwater.
Okay. All right, back to the commission. Andre Simons, any comments?
I don't have any comments. I think
Questions?
Bruce's plan is a good one.
Okay. Mark Simpson?
I don't have any questions at this time, but I do believe we do need to know the extent of the wetlands, the area of it, and for future understanding what needs to going forward, what we need to do. That's all.
Okay. Lana Craveth?
I don't really have any other comments other than working with the town with getting the wetlands identified, and also where like the upland review area would also be, having that information would be really helpful, and then working with the town from there on any possible alterations you wanted to make afterward.
Okay. All right, Bruce, does the applicant have, or not the applicant, does Ms. Brochu have this information for that you have here as items to consider?
Yes,
Has
she
she
does.
has
Yep.
been shared with her?
She
Okay.
does have the agenda review, and I also forwarded her the state of a something that the soils, what group is it that puts out a list of soil scientists for the state of Connecticut and in our area. I forwarded that to her, so hopefully she can get a couple calls going and maybe at least making some contact with some people to find someone that would take this job. Is kind of how I left it with her.
Okay. All right. So to the applicant, or I'm sorry, Ms. Busher, are you willing to start with this plan and then check back with us? Let us know where you're going in 2 weeks or what you've been able to accomplish?
I have no problem working with the town and making that happen. That's no problem. It just being so very honest, I'm a first time homeowner. I did not realize that the size of this. I just came home to a letter in my door one day. I have no problem contacting whoever. I will just put I am on a very tight budget. So financially, I don't know if I can request help or kind of where we stand with that. That's kind of really only my roadblock is that I I'm a first time home buyer. I just bought this house, and um I'm just tight on funds right now.
Okay. All right. Well, work with the town and we'll check back with us in a couple weeks and we'll see where it goes from there.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that I'm hearing it clearly. So I'm good to just reach out to the people that Bruce provided me, and then once I get contact with them and have a date of when they would be coming out to do everything, I contact you guys, or is this something that I need to reach out within a time frame?
Brianna,
Well, go ahead, Bruce.
oh, yeah, what I was gonna say is, once you call me tomorrow,
Okay.
when you're free, and we'll go over all this. My intention, I think, is to find one of the people that, I sent you a list of people, maybe get a couple calls, see who's interested, let them know what's going on.
Mhm.
And probably the best step would be for you, myself, and your consult or your potential consultant, because they may want to see it first, meet, look at it, and with what funds, as you said, that you have, maybe we can do something that addresses everything here and that would be acceptable to the commission. So let's do that before you spend anything or put any deposits down with any of these guys. Let's meet all three of us and go over it.
Okay,
Right?
thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. We're all set.
All right.
So now we have planners reports.
Planners reports. I know you guys love my planner reports, right?
You
All
bet.
right. This is just an update. If anyone hasn't been down here already on a walk or anything, but the cemetery along Garden Street, the Riverside Cemetery, if you recall, we did a site walk. They did all the pave. They actually redid all their um the driveways, so they repaved everything, curb, and let's see if I can get through these. And as you go through them, you'll see this is Garden Street up in here, so this is the entrance. Just working your way down the hill around the curve. The curb is all in here. And then right here is where it breaks out. This is at the bottom portion. The driveway is pitched to the right of the screen and across this stone pad right through here. And then there's the silt fences back there. And they called me, what's today, Wednesday? I think he may call me Monday, I think it was. And the contractor was out there actually as we speak, or on Monday, topsoiling and hydro seeding all these other disturbed areas. So I think this is done by now.
Okay.
So just giving everyone a heads up that it's all done. I'll be swinging by to take a look at what topsoil and hydro seeding has been completed. All right. Anybody have it?
They put curbing in there, like they put the curbing in there where it was steeper and the drop off was quicker, so they wanted to have the runoff enter into the water where it was less steep and less chance of erosion. Was that the?
Well, yeah, what happened was a lot of this was curbed before, and they
Yeah.
had two well-defined leak off areas. Well, with no catch basins, there was a lot of impervious area and a lot of drainage area to these leak offs, and these leak offs were getting severely eroded. So in speaking with them during the initial application process, we had discussed with them how it would be better to maybe spread out this flow and disperse it rather than channelize it into these
Yep.
off areas. So that's what this is. This is steeper than the gutter is. So the water should run across here and flow down here. Over time, this curb may build up and it may run down, but it should run off mostly over here. Now, if we ever get rain, I'll get out there and take a look at it and just see how it is actually during a rainstorm.
Okay.
All right. Anybody have any questions or concerns?
Nope.
All
I
right.
don't. Anybody have any questions?
And the second one is the land trust. For the for all for for the sake of everything is pretty much work is completed. This was then right before they were actually going to be pulling out of the job, but this is coming from Railroad Avenue is in back of me. So you come up and here's that lower access walking trail, hiking trail down to the fishing pier. So they ended up using this instead of the steep one because they just couldn't make it. So they actually installed all new stone dust in here. So this is a brand new stone dust trail. They had some of the roots are the the stumps that they pulled out down by the fishing pier. So these are all have been since been pulled out. This was the remnants of the silt sock along the edge of the trail. This is the steeper access up to the bike trail here. So again, all new stone dust down to the fishing pier. And this is pretty much what it looks like now. If you remember the wall was out in here and it had a pipe railing on it. All right, that has now since been pulled back. This stone wall is back here where the other wall was up in here. Look, there's the stone arch over this area. This is all disturbed. They're gonna they're gonna leave the erosion control up. Farmington Valley Health is not Farmington Valley Health. Farmington Valley Trails Council is gonna do some plantings for them. So they're gonna hold off on the topsoil and they're gonna leave all the erosion control up there now. This was right before they hayed everything down. So everything was hayed and temporarily seeded. Again, here's a new boulder wall.
Is it a grass seed or like a wildflower? Or...
Just a normal rye seed for now because
Okay.
he's got to come back and put topsoil and Farmington Valley Trails Council. The plan was approved for Pennsylvania sedge. So they're gonna
Okay.
put that in. We they were gonna put the topsoil in now. I said no reason putting it in now if we're not gonna stabilize it now because I don't want a flood to come and wash all the topsoil away.
Yeah.
So again, here it is right back in here. River is very low, so that's why this is shown. This is
Yeah.
exposed at this point. And keep in mind the wall was out in here. The old wall was
Yep.
out by here somewhat.
Yeah. Okay. It looks good. Are they building the new handicap access pier next now, or are they gonna do in the spring?
I'm told they're hoping for next year. There is an active fund
Okay.
drive for it, and they have been making progress from what I hear. So I think the last I talked with them, they're looking at construction in 2026. So,
Okay.
and this has all been
Very good.
final restoration and cleanup.
Bruce, this is Dave. I had a question.
Mhm.
The wall, the rock wall doesn't seem very high. And I look back at, because I was out there yesterday
Yep.
on a bike ride. And I look back at the plans and I think it was 6.5 feet, supposedly 6.5 feet above the stream bed.
Mhm.
And
Well,
the
yeah,
water was out, so the stream bed was kind of dry right next to it. And
mhm.
it can't be more than like 4.5 feet.
No, because I think what happened was when they started shooting the grades, this wasn't any higher, and this would have been kind of flat. So they wanted to make sure they had some pitch off of it. Is from what he was saying. So they had worked with SLR while they were out there because SLR was out there numerous times. So they had worked with them to kind of reduce this a little bit, bring it down to allow some pitch through there. So. And they also worked with them to, I don't know if you could see them in here, but they actually excavated some micro pools along the edge here for fish and wildlife.
But isn't that going to be overtopped frequently then?
It's going to be overtopped anyways. I mean, if it was 2 feet or if it was 4 feet, it really doesn't matter because this whole area, as you've said, I mean, I don't know if anyone has seen it, but when it
Yeah.
floods, there's really no difference between um how do I put this? When we get those heavy rains and we have that intense flooding, it's not going to be almost here. It's either it's up in here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So this whole area is inundated. So the height of the wall, I don't think really matters as much.
Okay.
Well,
Does that make
I
sense?
thought, go ahead, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Dave. My comment was, I thought they were planning to put larger rocks there.
They
I
are.
don't
There's
know.
they're like it was 18 to 36. So they had a big pile, and I had some preliminary pictures when they were picking them out, and SLR was out there. SLR looked at them, they approved them all. So these are pretty large when you start looking at them.
Yeah,
Like I said, they do go down pretty deep, and they hit a very large, where's the next picture to go? Oh, here's right here. This rock, they were,
yeah,
that you can see the scratch marks on it. This rock
yep.
ledge, it comes out to here, he said, and runs pretty much far up here as well.
Oh, that's good.
It's not going to get undermined. It's not going to get settled,
The
or it's not going
river,
to shouldn't move.
yeah, you have it's a bad location because the river takes a turn there, so you have the angle of attack of the flow, and then you have the other smaller stream, which when gets going pretty good when you have a good rain. So I think between those two, it's always been a very difficult location, in regards to turbidity and you know scour taking place in that location. But the fact that I see ledge there, that'll be a big help.
And they did the best they could to compact inside here, inside all
Yeah,
these voids. So you do see a little bit. It did rain a little bit that the night before before I came out here, so it did supposedly wash some of that material down. So we did discuss with them that when they come back in the spring to topsoil and get the plantings done, they'll come back and fill these voids again. Because it's pretty tough to get those, as you know, building a stone wall to get all those voids filled in with these
yeah, it is.
size large rocks. So it was a little difficult. So he'll come back in the spring.
Is
Okay.
the elevation of the top of this kind of comparable to what the elevation of the old concrete wall was?
That I don't know. I'd have to check it, but I would say it's close. I could look at some pictures because these trees were not, this tree is not buried, and there's another one upstream, I think, right over here.
Because it just
So
seems a lot shorter.
I think because it was further out too, you know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
sloped back. I think that's because that wall was out here and it was vertical. And don't forget, when we went out there, um, what was there? One block exposed, maybe 1.5 blocks exposed. There wasn't a lot of block exposed on there at all. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I just think it looks different because it's sloped back. But these trees, well, these trees haven't been filled up again. So this is that the existing grade was roughly probably right around in that area.
Okay.
All right.
It just seemed that the wall looked bigger on the plan than it does in.
Well, that's what the contractor had said, and it looks so much nicer too, because it's a drawing. When you work out there with these large boulders, they were having a lot of a hard time getting these boulders to fit in and work just right.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions for Bruce? Okay. Thank you, Bruce. It looks
Okay.
like it went pretty well.
We'll see. We'll see with the next
We'll
rain.
see. Yeah, we'll see you in the
Let's
first
see.
big
Cross our
storm.
fingers. As I told them, Mother Nature, she will do what she wants and how she wants
Yeah.
that to look. There's no fighting her. So, so we'll see what happens. All right.
All right.
Agenda. And that's all I have for the planner's report.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is approval of the minutes. Chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the Inland Wetlands Commission site walk from September 8th.
So moved.
And a second, please.
Dave will second.
Okay. Motion was made to second to Approve the minutes of the sidewalk of September 8th. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstain? Okay, and now the chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting, September 17th, 2025, the Inland Wetlands Commission.
So move,
Motion,
Mark.
please. Okay, motion been made by Mark, and a second, please.
Second.
Okay, motion been made and second to approve the minutes of September 17th. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. Okay, are there any other questions from the commission? Okay, so we will adjourn this meeting at 8:41 and call the meeting of the Conservation Commission to order at 8:41. Is there any new business?
No,
Is there a planner's report?
no, no, I'm not either.
Okay. All right, we have to approve the minutes of September 17th, 2025. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes, please?
So moved, Dave.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded to approve the minutes of September 17th. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes. Are there any comments? I did go to the last Farmington Land Trust meeting. I'm a member of the board based on the position of chairman of the Inland Wetlands Commission, and they had a nice fundraiser this last weekend. And so at the meeting, they talked about the fundraiser, they talked about the project going on, and that's about it. So if there aren't any further questions, we'll call the meeting. I'll adjourn the meeting at 8:43. Any other questions? Very good. Thank you very much for your time. I know it was a long meeting. Appreciate your efforts.